coming. It's coming. It's coming. Jqlm on the radio. Special edition is coming. It's coming. It's coming. To you live on the radio. Jqlm on the radio. Radio special edition is coming. It's coming. It's coming to you on the radio. Jqlm radio special edition is an interview-based show with local, international, national, well-known, or celebrity music artists, comedians, and others in entertainment on the air.
Hey, it's your girl, Lady J. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Jqlm Radio Special Edition with your girl, Lady J, right here on Jqlm Radio, a division of Ego Entertainment Network. And of course, y'all know we bring in the fire with these guests. But before I introduce our guest today, we have to get those formalities out of the way. So if this is your first time tuning into the show, and you would like to share with your family, friends, and followers on all the different ways that they can tune in to the show or to Jqlm Radio, this is what you would share. If you'd like to share with your family, friends, and followers on all the different ways that they can tune in to Jqlm Radio, this is what you would share. You can tune in live by downloading the Jqlm Radio app on your Apple or Android devices. You can also listen live via Alexa, the TuneIn app, the Simple Radio app, and a host of other platforms, of which you can find on our website, where you can also listen live at egoentertainmentnet.com/JQLM-radio. Or just visit egoentertainmentnet.com and click the button right there on the homepage. You can also connect with us via our website or social media at Jqlm Radio. That's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Additionally, you can email us at jqlmradio@gmail.com. Find us under our parent company, Ego Entertainment Network, on social media at EGOENTNET. That's Ego Ent Net. You can also follow us on LinkedIn at Ego Entertainment Network. And last but not least, make sure you like, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel, Ego TV Network. All right, now that you all know how to tune in to Jqlm Radio and to share with your family, friends, and followers, let's introduce our guest. Our guest is none other than singer and songwriter Jay Waiters. Let's welcome him to the show.
What's good? What's good? Nice meeting you, Lady J. What's good now?
Hey, nice to meet you too. Thanks for being our guest today.
Yes, ma'am. It's an honor.
All right. So before we get into it, can you tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from, and what you like to do in your spare time? I know that you are an Army veteran and things of that sort. So just give us a quick spiel.
Most def. I'm James J. Waiters Montague, singer-songwriter, born in Chicago, Illinois. I reside in Dallas, Texas now. I started singing at the age of 3 in church, and pretty much found out about my gift around that time, just checking up on my mom in the choir, and the music stopped and everyone heard me singing, and the rest is history. I started singing then. I made the Ricky Diller Youth Choir when I was 8. Then we moved to Dallas, Texas. I started singing solos in the Metroplex and meeting gospel greats, Kurt Carr, Myron Butler, Myron Williams. I was pretty much in the gospel realm for a while. My mom's best friends with Kirk Franklin, David Mann, Darryl Blair, a lot of the gospel community. My mom's a soprano and real cool with those guys. And really the church community loved on me. DeBette Draper, that's my mentor, her and Stephanie Steffens. Shout out to Kim Burrell as well. It's just been a lot of love. I'm a church boy, so I'm all about love and spreading the love and getting a message out through my music. So that's a bundle of joy of Jay Waiters right there. Not too much, but just straight to the point.
Okay, so you were originally from Chicago and then you went into the Army. I know that you said that you've been singing ever since that, you were a little boy, as most of us do. So tell me, what made you decide to leave the Army and transition into music, or did you transition into something else before transitioning into music full time?
Well, I've been doing music my whole life. I actually been a minister of music for a while as well before I got in the Army. So I was in the Marcus Scott and Ministers of Judah National Gospel Choir. I was recording and traveling with them before I got in the Army. So, but when I
Mhm.
got in the Army, I was still doing music. Basically, I needed some foundation as a man to take care of my responsibilities and have a better life, far as like going through this world of ours. So I needed some discipline. I was a hard head in school, class class clown, popular, all that. I had to get humble, and God will do that for you if you don't want to do it for yourself. So that that's pretty much what happened to me. I was going through some things. I ended up going to the Army to straighten out my life, but I was still singing, and around that time I was singing for the Lord more than anything. And I still am, but I'm working on R&B, gospel, neo soul, blues. I do a lot now. So yeah.
Mhm. Okay, awesome. Now, when you decided to, because you said you started out in the gospel industry, so when you decided to get into music, as far as taking it seriously and getting into the business, tell me what made you decide to transition from the gospel industry into other industries.
That's a great question. I really started getting in trouble around middle school, high school. My parents are ministers, so I was already singing R&B. So it really started there. I used to get my butt whooped because my parents didn't play that, and it was around the time I want to say Tyrese, Genuine, Mario, or Mario, depending on where you're from. Um, they were popping on the radio, and I would go to the dollar store and I would buy the cassette tapes and record them off the radio. And my pops, my dad, he would hear it. He kept hearing the same song over and over again. But that's really when I fell in love with doing other music besides gospel music. So my parents was trying to keep me on a great path, which I'm still on a great path. But my love is still giving a message in any category of music, but with a positive message or getting to the point. Sometimes we need to be bold and say what we mean. So that's really when it started. But when I started phasing out of the Army my last couple of years, that's when I started taking things serious. I want to say about 2016, 2015, started getting the legal things in order, so I can have my singer songwriting under my name, my publishing, et cetera, et cetera. That's really when I took off then, and I tried to put my foot in the game and learn what's going on out here, pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty much my last couple of years in the Army. I started phasing into the R&B. I came home and I was still in church and singing solos and work for the Lord in the DFW Metroplex, but I know that's what I wanted to do.
Okay. So, in your upbringing, in your early years of this music career, were getting into trouble. You also grew up around gun violence and things of that sort. So, starting out in the gospel industry, we know that a lot of people, when they write music or when they sing, first of all, gospel music hits different anyway. It literally touches the soul. It can move you just by certain words. Matter of fact, you don't have to say a word. You can hum it right.
Yeah.
And it will completely shift the atmosphere. So, and a lot of people put their their heart, their soul, their life experiences into those lyrics, and to inspire and encourage other people who may be going through those same things and how God brought them out of that. So, knowing that that is kind of like the core or the essence of what gospel music is, aside from or including the gospel of Jesus Christ, how does that differ, your writing in that differ from you writing for R&B, or other genres, because you talk about falling in love, quote unquote, with those other genres?
Most of awesome question. My parents are just, I guess they are settling in on things now. I still deliver a message in my music. It might not be considered gospel or ministry, but
Mhm.
I have those records that can get you through a relationship or really show someone how much you care and love for them, or from the first day I saw you. Because at the end of the day, God is love, and whether it's R&B music, rock music, you can still express love or express emotions to get to help someone to get them through something. So
Right.
that's pretty much my calling now. And as I tell my parents, I'm still delivering the message as I go.
Okay. So and you can definitely encourage people through, R&B music or other music too that speaks directly to, their situations in a practical sense, if you will. I'm a lover of all music. So I grew up in the church and I love gospel. I sing gospel, R&B and all that. So I can understand that. I know that while there are different messages that you can convey, they are just conveyed in different ways, if you will. So,
Right, right.
so yes, I definitely understand that. Now, you shifted into starting your own entertainment company. So tell us about that. I know it's called Triple D R&B and
Yes,
Dallas
ma'am.
Entertainment. So tell me first and foremost, where did you get that name from, and what made you start that business?
Well, Triple D is known as Dallas. I ran into Triple D Nino. He's a staple here in Dallas. He came up with Triple D years ago, so he's known for it. He's a rapper here in Dallas, and uh, he owns a club here as well. And pretty much got his blessing some years ago to make sure it was okay. And that's where the Triple D came from, and we know where the R&B came from. It was already here, so I just combined those two together. And since I live down here, sometimes it can be hard when you're not from the neighborhood originally. Our people can be pretty tough. So I wanted to use that as a staple to let them know I represent where we're from down here, because I did go to school down here very young. So that's where Triple D R&B comes from, because I did start singing ballads before I tapped into everything else. But that's the staple here, Triple D R&B.
Okay. So do you have other artists under this company that you either manage or you work with, or are you looking for songwriters, artists, producers, and things of that sort?
Most stuff. I have international poet Tad Nips. I also have Yo Wingman. He's out of Kansas, and I have Ken Lavelle. He's out of Dallas. I have a couple of songwriters, but they're working their way in the mix. But those are the main guys right now. They travel with me, do shows. We get booked together, or I book them. Um, I give them my connects or plugs, as we say in the industry. I try to build with people because I know how hard it was for me. And a lot of times when we get to the source, we try to tuck it in our pockets. And
Mhm.
we need to grow as people and spread. So
Mhm.
what I have, I try to give to my bros or my sis, when they come
Right.
with me. So yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And I know that, having this type of company, talk about having full creative control over your content, excuse me, and your catalog. So with this also, is it a company that just produces music, or do you just book artists and yourself to entertain? I know that you said you were working on a few songwriters and you have people that are part of the company, but are you all just performing, or are you a full functioning production music production company or distribution company, or both?
Um, I'll say we produce records. Distribution, we don't have our hands all the way on that, but we can distribute. But I'm honest with people. Don't come to me to distribute your music. I'm not the way on that. But I have been receiving royalties for 11 years, though. But that's by the grace, though. That's by the grace. I, I would say we produce records more than anything. I could do almost any genre, and I picked up on that probably a handful of years ago. When we sing in church, we're singing for the Lord, and we don't know how much work we put in until we get out here and we try to sing something else. And
Mhm.
I realized that, and a lot of my peers and friends would come to me for help. And then one day I just started charging because it could be a lot of work. So I'll say we're more of a production as far as like we make hits, but we're open. I'm open to working with others or building teams or whatever, but we roll though. We got some hits though.
Okay. So real quick, we're going to do a lightning round, and then I'm going to ask you to give a word of encouragement to those who may be interested in entering the industry. Okay. So just real quick, the first thing that comes to your head or the answer that you feel is right for you. Okay. Favorite color?
Red.
All right. I know you're going to say that. Favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay. All right. Favorite dessert?
Ooh, banana pudding.
Okay. And last but not least, what is your favorite cliche that you either live by or you like to say all the time?
Work with who's working.
Okay. Very good. All right. So if you had any advice or words of encouragement for someone who was looking to get into the industry, whether it be gospel and or R&B, hip hop and things of that sort, but they may be having some reservations or they're already in the industry and they feel that they are a little bit stagnant, what advice would you give?
Keep investing in yourself, travel, and when you can't conquer what you're trying to conquer, go to where they're at and see what you need to do to work with them. As we say in our neighborhoods, don't be scared.
Okay. So if someone would like to connect with you or support you, get your music and things of that sort, how would they go about doing that?
Most of www.jwaitersmusic.com. That's JWAITERS music.com. You can go on there and support me. Hot Winters is on there for sale. It's not on everything. You can find it on certain things, but it's not on everything. But if you want to support me, you can do that by going to my website. But I am on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, you name it.
Okay. Well, Mr. Jay Waiters, I thank you for being our guest today and for sharing a little bit about your journey with us.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Lady J.
No problem. All right, y'all. So make sure that you go and support him. Go to jwaiters.com. You said, right? Are they able to connect to your socials via your website as well?
Yes, ma'am. My links are on there. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So make sure y'all go check him out. Check out his music. Make sure you go follow him on social media. Hopefully he follows y'all back. No.
Will do. I got y'all, man.
So thank you so much for being our guest today. That is another dope guest and episode of JQLM Radio's special edition right here on JQLM Radio with your girl, Lady J, a division of Ego Entertainment Network, y'all. Until next time. All right. Listen, don't forget to, if you have not done so already, make sure y'all go to thespinawards.com. All right. thespinawards.com/vote. Go make sure y'all vote for us. All right. We are nominated for Internet Radio Station of the Year. All right. Select JQLM Radio in that category. Also, if you have not done so, you can also go and vote for us in the category of Radio Promoter of the Year and select Lady J for thespinawards.com. All right. Listen, please. Thank you for those of you who have voted already. It's unlimited voting until August 7th. So make sure y'all go vote at least once a day, please. And thank you. Listen, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We would not be where we are without you. All right. You are tuned in or have been tuned in to JQLM Radio Special Edition, short, sharp, and star-studded. This is your girl, Lady J, and I'm out.
Coming.